'Cause I make it so easy to fall in love. So go give me a call and I'll fall into us. I'm the perfect mix of Saturday night and the rest of your life. Anyone with a heart would agree. It's so easy. It's so easy. Hey y'all, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Happy Love Day.
I mean, it won't be Valentine's Day when y'all are listening, but it
It's
is for
Valentine's Day
us when
right
we
now.
record. I love how I looked up the lyrics to that song and I still think I fucked up a couple of them. So my
You
apologies,
know,
Olivia.
that's okay.
Hmm.
We're still showing her love.
Yes.
I'm just so confused as to how I don't know the lyrics to like anything. It seems like
I
we go over
know.
songs, you say lyrics, and I'm like, that's what they said. It's always a surprise. It's always like a super surprise. Like, oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. My
There is like, I feel like I've gotten worse though at knowing lyrics. Like, I always get like certain words wrong when I used to be, I feel like really good. But there
bad.
are some where I need to look up because I still like, there was one Taylor Swift one,
Hmm.
like the Karma song.
Yeah.
Um, it's the part where it's like the chorus. Aren't you envious that for me it's not? I didn't know what the fuck she was saying that entire time. I'm like, what are you saying right
What's
now?
going on, ma'am? That's funny.
And then I saw it was envious. And there's also Olivia Dean one where it was like, you're the hug that had to end. But I didn't know that's what she was saying because she says it, you're the hug that end.
And what do you think she said?
I didn't know. I had no idea. I was just like, huh.
I love the guessing game.
Yeah.
I was listening to Harder to Breathe today, and I was like, I don't
Mm.
know the
Is there
words.
anyone out there? Because it's getting harder
Like
and harder to
right before
breathe.
that part, they say a bunch of stuff about a dream and like a couple other things.
Yeah, I can't even think about it. I haven't heard that song
I
in a
was like, I
minute.
listen to this song all the time and I don't know the words.
That's
Anyway,
okay. It's music is about a vibe,
it
I
is.
think.
It
So
is.
you don't always need to know the words. And there's a reason why people do covers, people do their own versions, they make up the words,
It's true. Hmm.
It's all subjective.
It is.
But you know what's not subjective? Our podcast. Hey y'all, I'm Brandon.
I'm Maggie.
Welcome to the shade of it all.
We're watching Traitors,
Oh
which
yes,
is still entertaining, but significantly less funny.
significantly.
I don't think I
Um,
laughed at all this episode. Maybe in the
no,
beginning.
honestly, I think the only ones that provided me a laugh were maybe Johnny and Tara.
Yeah,
I love them. I'm Johnny and
yeah.
Tara stans now.
Eric was trying though. It
He
was
had
like,
some
huh,
moments.
a little chuckle for Eric. That was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I did have upon second watch, I had some revelations. I have a new theory about who might win the game.
Really?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Um,
You're keeping secrets.
I have many
I
thoughts.
I haven't heard about this.
You're like, what are these
Brandon,
secrets?
your hat is nice, my guy.
Thank you so much. It's
It
from
looks
Gap.
thick.
It's very thick and it's like
Ah,
not felt. Well, I don't know, maybe. It's some type of material.
that's fun.
Yes, love it. Love Gap. Everyone
You look
shop
nice in
Gap.
a hat.
I was shopping in
Hmm.
Gap before Cat's Eye did the ad. Thank you so much, Maggie. I heard the compliment. Thank you.
That's
Um,
true. You've always I've heard a lot of Gap.
mhm. We did a Gap haul with Maggie on our TikTok.
Oh, we did. LOL, we need to go back.
Hmm. So I will be sending her some Gap items if I see any in the
Do
near
it.
future. But with that, let's get into this episode.
Let's do it.
It was episode 9. Um, it starts off because the episode ended, episode 8 ended. We said goodbye to Candice, the last bit of entertainment.
Yeah.
And Rob was going to recruit Eric. But there was going
Mm-hmm.
to be an ultimatum. Either Eric would accept or Eric would be murdered that night.
Correct.
So we saw Eric react to seeing Rob was the traitor and he looked shook. And
He almost jumped out of his skin.
He
He was
did.
like, "What?"
Like he couldn't believe it.
Mm-mm.
Despite Candice voting for him twice.
Nope.
And I gotta call out the discourse on Traitors is not fun, and it hasn't been fun for a while now. But now
Yeah.
I'm at a point where I don't even care, so I don't really engage or really read it that much. But there's some people I saw some people saying like the reason the faithfuls aren't thinking Rob, despite Candace voting for him twice, is because Candace never said anything with like weight behind it, or Candace it didn't matter because Candace said this or Candace did that. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
She voted for him twice, and she's a confirmed traitor. Why would a confirmed traitor push hard for somebody that was not a traitor? That alone. People
That's true.
that
Every other season, when a traitor mentions a traitor's name, people they're believed.
right.
It's not rocket science. You guys actually knew who the traitors were. So if you're trying to throw somebody under the bus, they're probably a traitor.
Hmm.
Especially when you're about to go out. But sure, sure, Jan.
People just try to discredit Candace. And I don't appreciate it.
No, I think none of these people have seen the show. I think all of the people who are left haven't seen the show. If Rob Sesternino was still here, Rob would have been like, "Wait, pause, pause." Candace said the name.
Yeah,
Maybe even Jam Jam. Like I'm trying to think of gamers who would pick it up. They would pick it
right.
up. But
Natalie's not picking it up.
Natalie, Natalie is worried about herself somehow. Even though she's part of the faithful and she's not a traitor, she's looking out for herself more than Rob is. Like, I don't get this girl.
I don't either. I'm like, she's very all over the place.
Like how she had that little spat with Tara. I was like, relax, okay? You're doing a lot right now. Like, actually chill the fuck out. And even this episode, it's like, you do the most, Natalie. Chill out.
She does. But so Eric sees it's Rob, and Rob goes, "Sup, player." I'm like, Eric shook that Rob is a traitor. And then Rob, I noticed this. He was like low key flirting when he was doing all of this. It was like weird.
Do you know how to like deliver lines without a schmize? Like, come on.
He's like, "Did you expect this at all?"
The wind is blowing his hair. He throws his head around.
The thing is, I do have an ultimatum for you if you want to come for a
Mm.
chat. And I'm
You
like,
can take this rose.
"Would you couple up with me tonight? Recouple." Um, but Eric ultimately decides that he's gonna be a traitor,
Yeah.
obviously, because why would you not? But they still have to murder someone tonight.
Hmm.
To which Eric says that he needs a helmet in an adult diaper because he's about to shit his pants and his head's about to explode.
Hmm.
I'm like, all right, Eric. Um, Eric is nervous though because Rob could turn on him at any point, but he's gonna choose to trust him to see how it is moving forward. And I'm like, okay, as long as you remember.
Yeah, if I was so Rob picked, do you think Rob made a good pick in Eric?
Um, hmm, potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially, because by the end of the episode, not to get too far ahead, but it seems as though Eric has some sus on him. So unless Eric
Well,
throws
that's
him
not bad for
under the
Rob.
bus,
Hmm.
he
Mm.
could be okay.
Hmm. Why would he?
If he felt as though Rob wasn't helping him, or if maybe he got worried that maybe Rob could have potentially said his name or didn't defend him. I don't know.
That's fair because Rob tends to not defend his allies. So
Yeah.
since this ally is a man, we'll see how it goes. But
Right. Like you never know.
you never
Um,
know.
but they discuss who should be murdered. Rob says Johnny should be the next one voted out, and Kristen has a shield. So their options they're thinking are either Natalie, Dorinda, or Steven. Dorinda doesn't implicate them. Natalie
Mhm.
will be hard to banish, and Steven is just random. And then Rob tells us he picked Eric because he's logical and he sees him as an equal.
That's telling.
I'm like,
I feel like he also picked Eric because maybe he knew Eric would blindly follow him, which is exactly what he
hmm.
does.
Yeah, but an equal to Rob is someone who will listen to him.
And do what he says. Yes,
Yes,
correct, correct.
that's an equal to Rob. So, perfect fit potentially.
Yeah, this whole episode, I was watching Eric and I was like, I just wonder if you will take for a moment and consider the fact that you heard Rob campaigning for the last two traitors that got out. Like, I just wonder if maybe you'll remember that that happened. And so that's what I was hoping for this episode. And he kind of already hinted at it. Like, Rob could go against me.
hmm.
But here we are.
So,
So we'll see.
we'll see. It could come up, could not. Nothing at this point surprises me with these. Well, he's not a faithful, but players in this game.
Yeah.
Um, breakfast comes. Kristen, Mark, and Rob arrive. And Kristen says she likes them because they're calm and she's an introvert and will only say things when she has something to be said. And this is where I'm like, I'm kind of over Kristen. I hate a quiet person that's just like, well, I only speak when I feel as though I have something to say. Well, I'm sorry you don't have a lot to say of value then, and you're so quiet.
Damn.
Because what the fuck? I'm like, ugh, I hate when people, because it's low key, they think they're better than people when they're like, I
Oh,
only
that's how you
speak
took it?
a little bit. And there was something she says to someone else that confirms that. But I'm saying this now. I'm not against Kristen, and I'll get to it. But it was moments like these where anyone's just like, oh, I only speak when spoken to, and or like I speak when I have something to say, and like all this, as if your word is so powerful and so precious, your your speech that you can't possibly utter a sentence unless it has meaning, or like you can't throw it
Brandon.
out there. Like, oh, God forbid. Sorry. Mm.
I did not think of it like that at all. Honestly, I didn't even hear her say that. Um, and
Also,
you know
everyone has
what?
something to say when they have something to say. That's not like revolutionary. I
Yeah.
only speak when I have something to say. Oh, really? Okay, got it. I sure.
I love this. Go off, Brandon.
Ugh. But we still love Kristen, but I had to be like,
She started to piss me off a little bit, so I'm not even. I didn't even hear her say that, but everything you just said is 100% valid, so I'm here for it. And also, she's kind of. I think she's so intelligent that she can be her own worst enemy because her I don't know. We can't judge I can't judge her gameplay because it's just like whatever. So we can judge the things she says and I agree with what your judgment of her just now.
she has like good assessments, just the wrong people.
Right.
Like it sounds logical, it's just wrong.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
like, oh, okay.
And I guess from her perspective there's no logical reason to suspect Rob or Eric. But the people who she does suspect, she at least has a reason behind it.
Yeah.
Um
One's
But
a
I can
little
tell
questionable.
she looks stressed out though. Like I think this
She
game is getting to
does.
Kristen. Of everyone who's left, like Kristen is the most well, maybe Natalie too. Not even though Natalie has nothing to worry about. But Kristen is like, I need to like solve this. Like I am on the
Hmm.
case. This is my job. Like the
Yeah.
stakes are high, you know?
I
You could
have to
just
do
feel it.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets annoyed easily. Like she's in it. I admire the passion.
Me too. Well, Natalie's annoying as fuck, so I don't blame her for getting mad at Natalie at the banquet or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Kristen is quickly over it. I think
Hmm.
she hates Natalie actually because of
I
the
wouldn't be
banquet thing.
surprised.
And in the car later, there's a moment. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll go through it. But yeah, that's our okay, Kristen.
We
Period.
see you,
We
maybe.
see you.
But they're going for Johnny, or they think Johnny because Candice pushed for him to get a shield in the previous mission. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
Um, they say Johnny would recruit Tara, And Kristen thinks he's using his friendship to use her in the game. And even though maybe she's not completely guilty, guilty by association is still guilty. I'm like, oh, okay. So are you going to say that when you're friends with Rob and that's found out? You're guilty by association?
So you're a traitor too.
You're a traitor?
When Rob wins the money. I mean, I
But
guess she's saying that because they're real friends and it's
yeah,
not a secret, I guess, even though they made it seem like it was a secret that they were actually friends.
I wonder if that interview was actually after the reveal, or maybe she just knew or picked up on it.
Yeah, it seems like everybody knows somehow. But
Yeah.
yeah, the logic is I guess there. I just think that people are a little annoying with how obvious. Like that's obvious. You think two people who knew each other outside the game would openly work together so closely? Like that's a little too
Yeah.
good to be true. So they don't really consider that. Like some things are just really plain and it's like no, like you think Michael Rappaport is just loud and obnoxious and super loud and he's just a traitor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like a little too obvious, you know?
Yeah.
But he
Um, t-
needs to go anyway.
he did. Tara and Eric arrive. Eric is terrified, says to us, "This is my first morning as a traitor." And that part was kind of funny when he did
It
that.
was.
Um, Tara tells them that her gut is saying Johnny isn't a traitor. Mora and Johnny arrive, and Mora's like, "I'm sad Candice is gone, and she did so well. I never even looked at her." So
Fuck
that's
off,
to
Mora.
I
You
know,
voted for
right?
her.
But that's also to all the people who are saying that Candice played a bad game. Clearly, she was playing a good game until the vote.
I mean, was it a good game if Mora thinks it was good?
That's a good point. But maybe Mora knows more than we think.
Yeah, she was there. So
Maybe, but that's a good
I was
point.
like, I hate how she was all like, "No, it was Candice," and then she's like, "Thomas, Candice did such a good job." Like, no, don't do all that now.
Right.
Don't give her flowers now.
You were leading the charge.
You were.
Um,
I
Johnny is
think
kind. Oh,
Candice.
what?
I think it's Candice.
I think. Johnny's kind of bummed that he was used by Candice in the game and that now he kind of has a target because of it, which fair.
Fair.
Mara did think Rob could have been murdered because of Candice, to which Rob says she voted for him to help the other traitors, but it didn't work. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if I get that logic. I hope people picked up on that, but probably not.
I was like, "Are you guys listening?" That's a weird thing to say.
uh, and then Natalie and Steven arrive, meaning that Dorinda was murdered. We cut back to the turret, and Rob said they got to go Dorinda because it's losing an ally, but it's necessary. And when Dorinda gets the letter, she low-key looked ready to go. I think you pointed that out, and I was like, she does. She's like, dang it.
She's like, "Oh shucks, time to
Can't
leave."
believe this.
Mm-mm.
Gotta get back to Bluestone Manor.
She was not phased at all. Everybody who opens the door, she's like, "Oh man, oh." More or Dorinda was like, "A letter for
Word?
me."
Perfect. uh it cuts back to them, and Rob says he's gonna miss her, and Kristen smiles and goes, "Your little wifey." And then this is where I had my theory.
Okay.
And I was like, does Kristen know he's a traitor? Because she looked, it was very much like a pause and then like a, "Oh, your little wifey," like kind of buddying up to him, playing into it. And then I kind of was thinking too, she's been doing a lot of social media posts where she kind of
Uh-huh.
like will post pictures and explain certain things. And she said a lot of things to the effect of they're not really showing her gameplay at all. Mark was the only person she really trusted. And that part of the game that people aren't understanding or realizing is you also have to stay. Like you have to be trusted. You have to do this. You have to, like, I think, keep some things to your chest or something of that sentiment. So
Mm-hmm.
something makes me think that maybe she knows that Rob is potentially a traitor. Now, this is just a theory. Who knows if it's wrong or right?
Mm-hmm.
But maybe she knows he's a traitor and she's keeping him close so he'll never murder her I'm just like, oh, being nice to him, trusting him. Him, Mark, and her are in an alliance with Eric, kind of, we see towards the end, but that could be severed. But it just seems very, and like her whole thing, like, not sweet Rob. It could never be Rob. I would like to think Kristen is smarter than to think it could never be Rob. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe either one, she clocked it early on that maybe it was him. Because I also don't see her falling for his charm like that. Or two, when Candice was pushing for him and it was confirmed, maybe it clicked like, oh, Rob's a traitor. So maybe her tactic is to take him to the end or make sure she's at the end and then potentially cut him at the fire ceremony thing. Now, where I'm like, I don't know because you're not the only one that can vote at that time. There's other people, so you got to make sure they're on the same page.
Yeah.
And I could also see maybe her thinking him, but them not showing it to create because they don't always show it when people think it unless it's close to that time that person's going or towards
Yeah.
the end. And we did hear Rob last episode. He said it's only a matter of time, or something like it's only a matter of time before Candidates voting for me. People circle back to that.
Yeah.
So I have a theory that Kristen knows Rob's a traitor and is buddying up to him and ensuring that he takes him to the end. And maybe she wants to win with Mark.
This is interesting.
So it watch her get murdered.
She goes home next.
She goes home next. But I'm putting it down because I was right about the Rob and Candice theory. I just thought it lasted longer. And I wish it did last longer.
What Robin can? Oh, that Rob threw Candice under the bus.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
that was the person she wanted to cuss out.
Yes.
I just thought it lasted longer, which I wish it did. Because,
I know she only got a day of beef. I was like, dang, that should have been nice. Yeah, I couldn't drag it out for a little bit.
right.
This is interesting, Brandon. I feel like if Kristen knew someone was a traitor, she'd say it.
Mm-hmm.
Because even in this episode, she talks to people like very bluntly, and even in talking, like doesn't care. She's just like,
Yeah.
actually, I think it's you, you know? But I wonder if maybe she'd keep some information to herself. I, because like maybe she doesn't like her edit because they're not showing like all the things that she was working on, and
Mm-hmm.
she also knows that she made it like pretty far.
Yeah.
Um, that's kind of conceited a little bit. Now that I think about it, like, wait, y'all didn't show when I did this, and y'all didn't show when I did that. Okay, period.
Mm-hmm.
She knows she has star power.
She does. So I don't know. We'll see.
We'll
But
see.
I'm
I'm
holding
curious.
space for it.
I'll hold space for it too.
Yeah. And honestly, I'd be down for it
I'll hold space.
because it's not like I want Rob to win, even though, because also it just seems so obvious for Rob to win. So I really hope it's like something else.
Yeah, I like. They really just don't suspect him. He's basically a quiet Colton. And Colton was trusted for a while too until he started yapping so much. But like, he's
Mm-hmm.
somebody who you could rely on in challenges, somebody who speaks up, somebody who's helpful, but not like overpowering, right? He's
Mm-hmm.
got that to him. Like they probably see him like how we see Mark. Like Mark's there, Mark's helpful. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they just don't think of him like that.
They don't. Did you hear the reunion tea?
No.
So they just filmed the reunion.
Okay.
And allegedly Colton walked off set because Lisa questioned him about saying he wanted to hold a traitor hostage. And I guess maybe alluded to his stalker past.
What?
Or maybe that was, I don't know, but then they couldn't, apparently he walked back and they couldn't talk about it. And he did unfollow her on Instagram. And Lisa did make a story saying something like, I did what I had to do, but we'll see if they show it or not.
Oh, they're not going to. You think they
Probably
would?
not. I think they'll show them going at it, but they might not show. They're not going to show a storm off. I mean, if it's anything, because it's like he doesn't want his stalker past talked about, and if they agree to that, then they won't show the full extent. But maybe they'll show a little bit.
And this is just alluding to because he said that about Lisa, that he
Mm-hmm.
wanted to hold her hostage.
Yes. You wanted a housewife, Colton.
There's so much drama around Colton. Oh my gosh.
There is. Well, here's the thing, Colton. You wanted smoke. Now don't act surprised now, especially because he's
Hmm.
like on interviews being like, I didn't think a private matter that was handled privately would be brought up so many years later. You stalking someone that wasn't
Yeah.
private, because if it's private, no one would know, but we all know.
Also, that's just like a really crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
Like you can't live down stalking. Like
No. So
it's public record, and you were like on a public. You were on a big platform.
yeah.
We didn't even care about the sexuality thing. Like nobody does. We just are
No.
concerned that you were stalking people. Like,
Yeah.
mm, mm,
But
mm, mm.
so we'll see. It'll be a couple weeks till we see, but hopefully we see some of it. Back to breakfast. Alan arrives and he tells them to keep their minds open and think outside the box. Steven's telling everyone that his bags were packed and he didn't expect to be sitting here on
Why,
Natalie's night.
Steven?
That's suspicious. Yeah, it's fake. I think he's a traitor. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
I didn't think he needed to say. Everybody's like, just shut up about your bags. You
I
made it to
know,
breakfast.
right?
Like, can you just eat?
I would just be like, oh, maybe like, oh, I'm glad I'm here. Or like, if you have to say something,
I would say pass the prosciutto.
I would say, where's the salmon? I think I need some. Ugh. After, uh, after breakfast, Steven talks more about he was expecting to be murdered by Johnny, and he thinks he's a traitor because he was buddy buddy with Candice. Now, this is another thing too. Now that more people are gone, we're starting to hear more from people, and I'm
Mhm.
starting to see a side of people I don't like. So like Steven seems so intense, and I'm like, can you not? Like, ew, I liked you when you were silent.
Can you relax?
He's like, oh, Johnny Weir, you better hope I don't get to you or something like that. Like, oh, me and Johnny went at it a little last night. I'm like, did you? Like,
Hmm.
there's barely
No,
anything.
all the editors were in the room like, "Ah, we don't like it when Steven talks, but now we gotta show him because nobody else is here."
Right. I'm like, there's just such an intensity. I'm like, can you please calm down, sir?
Yeah, no, he is. He is.
Tara and Johnny talk, and she tells him that his name came up last night. But she defended him. And Johnny says they're struggling to find their footing because as children, they didn't play games. They were in the Olympics. And I'm like,
Period. What
period.
a flex.
Right.
Oh.
They're like, we're not used to tag.
Game shows, strategy, mafia. Y'all played this with cards.
I was doing triple axles, bitch, for gold. For gold.
I was on the ice every day, okay?
I don't know if
For
he
our
won gold,
country.
but I would assume. And if he
I
didn't,
would assume
he's still
so.
well known. So, hey.
I mean, he still made it to the Olympics and I didn't.
Right. I also am obsessed just with the fact that anytime he says Tara, he says Tara Lipinski. Like it's full name.
Yeah, he loves her. They're
He
so
does.
cute. I wish I had a friend like that. Oh, Brandon, I think you're my Johnny. Are we Johnny and Tara?
I
I
think
think
so.
we
Should we join
are.
the Olympics? What would we? This is our floor routine.
We made it through college together, and that was a struggle in of itself.
It was. And
It
it was a lot, but we made
was a
it.
lot. We made it. We studied together. Blood, sweat, and tears. And we're
We
of
did.
the millions who have done it as well.
That'd be so funny if we ended up on Traitors together.
That'd be insane. They're letting normal people do it now.
They are. I'd be like, I don't know her. You're both from Florida, and
And hey, you guys like hang out and talk a lot. Oh no. We're
no,
just
we
getting
don't.
we're
What are
just
you
getting to know
talking
each other.
about?
I don't know what
Why are
you're
you
talking
assuming this? That's weird.
about.
uh, Johnny does make a point about Steven that they both feel strongly about him. And he did see him talking to Candice. So, and Candice ended up being a traitor. So, maybe. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And Tara's like, they picked the wrong girl to mess with their best friend. I'm like, all right, Tara. I also really like Tara's outfit. I thought it was like a cute little set. And then Bob, the drag queen, said it was like the epitome of millennialism. And I'm like, ugh,
What? I need to
I
go
am
look
a
at it.
millennial, so, but I was like, I thought it was
So,
cute.
oh, did he mean that as an insult then?
I think so.
Oh shit. That's bad.
Um, Mara, Rob, and Eric talk about Johnny maybe being a traitor. And Eric's just admiring Rob being so chill in his crop top vest. He's like, he's just laying there, not giving a damn.
hmm
And it is kind of funny that Mara is in the room with both traitors.
And she's like, I think, and it's like, girl,
Who do we think it is?
you're hanging out with both of them. Yeah. Was it Johnny or was it Eric admiring how chill he was?
Eric.
Did you say Eric? Okay, sorry.
Did I
Yeah, and
say
I was like,
Johnny?
I don't know. But I was like, yeah, Eric, do you listen to yourself? He's good at this. Like, he's not gonna care. And then, like, think, yeah, he's been really relaxed and he's gotten the other traders out, maybe put your antennas up, Eric. But no, he's just admiring how nice Rob looks laying down.
He's like, wow, Rob, what a guy.
So handsome.
Tara and Kristen chat. And Tara's like, I really trust her. So I'm going to tell her like things I'm thinking. And so she tells Kristen that she has strong feelings that it could be Steven. And Kristen's like, no, I don't think so. And the thing about you, Tara, I have to be honest, it's just you seem so scared. And I naturally gravitate towards confidence. Bitch, that was so rude. Like,
I mean, yeah, you're right. It was.
like if I was, and Tara was just like, oh, like, what do you say to that?
Because she started it with like, I really trust Kristen and I want to talk to Kristen. And
I was
Kristen's like,
confident when I was on the skating rink, bitch. Like, the fuck do you mean? Like, I'm Tara
mm,
Lipinski.
mm, mm.
Mm, that was so rude.
You think she's being rude to her because she thinks she's a traitor? I mean, it's still not nice. I'm
I
just,
mean, potentially, and she does say later on that she could think this clueless thing is an act, but I do also think that's just rude. Like, I'm
yeah.
attracted to confidence, so I'm kind of deterred from you. Like, oh,
That's what I mean. Like, it's rude. It is rude. I just want to acknowledge it's rude. But Kristen is about her business.
she
Like, she is
is.
like, we're on the clock. We're detectives and you're not helpful. Sorry.
You have to speak.
You have to speak and like say stuff like more, like and Tara's not the only one that gets smoke. So,
No, she's
but it's still
not.
not nice. It's not nice. Like, you don't need to do all
Uh,
that.
But and then Kristen says she thinks Tara's a traitor. And Tara's like, "Oh,
Mhm.
you do? Okay." And then Tara's just like, "I trusted her, but now I gotta
Defend
reconfigure my
myself.
plan, I guess."
Yeah.
Like shit.
Plot twist.
Um, we get to the mission. On the way, Johnny confronts Mara about saying his name with Natalie, but in typical Mara fashion, she acts confused. And it's like, I said it. I don't remember that.
I don't
Um,
remember that.
and so Johnny says he's finding empowerment because he's feeling like he has nothing to lose. He's like, everyone thinks I'm a traitor. So, like, might as well just like go all out. And I'm like, that's a good point.
I get it.
So, for the mission, there's these jack in a boxes, and they're going to be asked questions about the traitors' opinions of them. And essentially, though, the traitors haven't answered these questions yet. So they'll get in the jack in the boxes, and when the question's asked, the traders have to come out and like talk and decide on an answer. And so they'll submit an answer. Then they'll get back in their boxes. Everyone will show what their answers are. And if they match the answers of the traders, it's $500 for every answer that is matched. So they could win up to some certain amount that I didn't write down. But it's $500 per correct answer. The first question, who do the traders think is the most useful to them? And then Rob tells us he can be sneaky and nimble like a cat. Meow. To which I say,
Thanks.
stop.
Mm.
um, and then they get out and it sounds really loud. I do wonder if the creaky noises are kind of added
Yeah.
or if it's kind of creaky, but not as creaky.
Because when it started, I was like, oh, this is good because maybe they can get some hints from the movement and stuff, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know. And I wonder if they can hear well when they're in the boxes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But So Mora, Kristen, they're deciding what?
During the live stream, I was like, I just opened my box. I like, yo, like, fuck it. Or unless they lock it, they must lock it. But I would be
Yeah.
so tempted to just be like, Rob,
Rob, is that you?
look for there, Rob. I know you fucking lying. You know what I mean? Like, I would just be
Aha.
so tempted
That would
to
be
just
funny.
open it. Like,
I
and then I
know.
was also kind of wishing Rob would like trip or something.
That would be
So then you'd
funny.
be like, oh, you hear a scuffle outside, and you're like, was that a man's voice?
That
Was that
sounded rather
Rob?
loud. Was that a
Mm-hmm.
snake wrangler? Hmm. Um, Mora, they decide on the first question. They're like, we should do Mora, Kristen, or Tara. They want to throw everyone off with their answer. So we don't know at first who they answer. Um, I also wrote here, I forget what he did, but I have a note. Stephen has an intensity I don't like. They all get out with their answers, and there's a bunch of different answers. We go through a few of them. Eric voted Tara because she's very nervous and could be used as a distraction. Johnny chose Rob because he's good at missions and calls him Muscles McGee. And then Rob chose Johnny because he's got a lot of heat and would be a good diversion for them. And I thought at the time that was a sketchy answer.
Yeah.
Like it sounded
Yeah.
odd. It
Yeah.
sounded like a traitor,
Yeah. Diversion? What do you mean?
but I don't know. The traitors actually answered Tara. And Tara's like, great, that means they won't murder me, but now my name's out there. Mark and Eric had answered Tara, so they banked $1,000. The next question, who do the traders think is the most manipulative? Rob says they should do Tara for every answer because it gives them nothing and they'll sacrifice money to confuse them. And I thought that was
Yep.
really smart.
It was smart.
So kudos to you, Rob. Um, they reveal their answers. Mostly everyone answered Natalie, which was kind of funny. Tara says she did because she just really thinks she's direct, but the traders would be afraid of her because she's a gamer. The traders had answered Tara. No one had answered that, so there was no money that round. Tara says it crushes her a bit. Johnny says he's taking it personal because he's gone through a divorce with Tara, infertility
Mm.
struggles. Like he doesn't like people talking that way about his best friend. And I'm like, period. This is
Period.
mean.
Yeah.
Protect Tara at all costs.
Right.
Um, who do the traders think doesn't deserve a place in the final? 5 players pick Mora. The, the trader said Tara,
I wonder
but
why.
yeah, I know. I was wondering too. I was like, huh, what is making them say Mora? Is it because
Yeah.
she's kind of clueless?
Yeah. But she's not helping at all.
They're like, she's not really adding anything.
Hmm.
Um, Kristen thinks Tara is either genuinely oblivious or she's doing this on purpose and playing a great game as a traitor. Um,
Which to that I'm like, this is too obvious. It can't like
yeah, she wouldn't
it's
agree to say her name that many times.
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
once.
It's either the perfect bluff or it's not a bluff at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But Rob and Johnny picked Tara, so they win $1,000. Then this question, who do the traders think would make the best trader? And Steven's like, we're all voting for Tara. All of us. We're voting. We need money. We're
Hmm.
voting for Tara. I'm like, okay, damn. Ugh. Johnny and Tara vote Mark and Rob. And everyone else voted Tara.
And I'm
Ugh.
like, the two of you, the dynamic duo, both of you didn't catch the memo. Why would you? The one moment where you could like maybe not
They're like,
do
we
something
stand
wrong.
out just naturally. We're going to stand out even more now.
I was like, how did you guys? Why? Literally, why?
Hmm.
They both weren't listening. I don't know.
I don't know either, but the total prize pot was only $5,500. So it was pretty
Hmm.
bad.
Hmm.
Um, so there is one final question though, just not for any money. Who do the traders want to shortlist for murder tonight? The traders will decide 4 people to shortlist. They'll lock their boxes, and there's no money on the line, just life or death. Rob says they need to put neither of them on the list because they'll assume a traitor put themselves up for murder. And I'm like, another good point. And I really hope this isn't another fucking coffin theory where
Yeah.
they like, oh, we got to get Sierra out because she was the
Hmm.
last one in the coffin, even though obviously she's a faithful.
Right.
We got to get her out. So I really hope it doesn't end up being that way. I feel like it will, but we'll see. But yes, then the commercial it before it cuts to commercial, it just shows them potentially like opening their boxes, but we don't see who opens their boxes.
Yeah. And then when it comes back, we see that Johnny, Natalie, Tara, and Kristen have been shortlisted and they cannot get out of their boxes. Naturally, they all looked pissed. Tara kind of looks amused because I think she already knew it was going to be her, but Kristen and Natalie look really upset.
Hmm.
And so Rob gives his reason. He says Johnny and Tara already look suspicious, so it's perfect. Natalie, because she's too smart, and Kristen is very decisive, and she could like once she has a target, she goes for them. So it's good to have them all on the short list. It's mostly
Hmm.
women on the short list too.
Yeah.
Just noting, just noting. Uh,
Putting that out there.
yeah. So the people who are shortlisted have to stay in their boxes, and everybody else gets to leave. In the car ride home, it's Rob, Eric, and Maura in a car, which is interesting. And Rob is just like, yeah, that triple bluff. Like he's like giving his theory about it, and I don't even think Maura's listening. Eric is just grinning at the front, like, wow, we're really doing this thing, huh? They make it back to the castle, and then the people who are stuck in the boxes come out, and they're in the car. So Kristen is sitting next to Natalie and Tara, and Johnny is in the front. And Natalie's yapping away, and Kristen looks so irritated. She's just looking out the window, like she's listening, but she's just looking out the window, like,
uh,
oh my god, I hate Natalie. And this one, I was like, I actually think that like she doesn't like her. I think since the whole elixir thing is that what they
mhm.
call? Like she's like,
Oh,
fuck
the
Natalie,
antidote.
the antidote thing. Yes.
Hmm. Yeah, no,
um.
she's over her. She's like, God, I'm up for murder. I have to listen to Natalie. I'm pretty sure Tara's a traitor. I'm stuck in a car with all
Yeah,
these
she's like, I'm
people.
stuck in the car with a traitor. And Natalie keeps yapping. But Natalie's like wondering if there was a traitor in the box, like you were just describing. And Kristen just says she doesn't know. In her confessional, though, Natalie says she feels like Johnny is innocent just from his behavior. She doesn't suspect him.
Good call.
Um, so Mark, Rob, Steven, Maura are having dinner. And they talk about how they suspect Johnny. And they're thinking Tara, Tara, Tara as well. And then right as they're talking about this, Johnny and Tara walk in together, and Rob is like, "See, that's really dangerous. Them being so closely associated."
They're like arm in
Um,
arm. They're like, here we go.
they're literally like skipping through the halls. They're like, "Dinner time,
Follow the
right?
yellow
Yeah."
brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Having a great afternoon. Rob tells us in his confessional that he's thinking of flipping to Steven because Johnny's gonna leave anyway. So he's like, maybe we'll just get Steven out real quick, and then next time we get Johnny, which is smart.
True. Not a bad idea.
Um, Kristen doesn't care about this logic. She's like, I was on the short list on the day that I just so happened to talk to Tara and tell Tara that I suspected her as a traitor, so I'm voting Tara.
No
It's
matter
like,
what.
okay, cool, I guess your vote doesn't matter then for the group effort that we're, because as a group we have to, whatever.
Got it.
Cool, cool, cool. Um, Johnny and Tara realize they're going down, and they're just like, well, fuck it. We're best friends, right? Might as well just lay it all out there. Let's just tell them everything and all of our history, even though everybody already knows they're friends. Let's just spill it all, right? What do we have to lose?
Hmm.
So
I'm
they're
like,
like,
period.
let's go into this round table and fuck some shit up because we're going home anyway. And so that's what they decide.
I
And I
love
was
it.
like, this is great. I wish it wasn't such a last ditch effort because I was like, I don't know if it's gonna help them, but that's what they decide.
Right. I was like, you know what? I appreciate the fucking mentality though. So I
Right.
support.
Because when your back's against the wall, you have nothing left, throw all your chips on the table. Why not?
You know.
So it's round table time. And
Follow the no 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 no. Lay low. I don't know any of the
listen,
words.
I don't either, But that song slaps. I was like,
It does.
I just love the mood it sets. And then Alan comes in and says something crazy. And he's like, all these metaphors. And then it's time and it's just quiet. Uh, Tara kicks off the round table tonight. And I was like, all right, let's see how
Okay.
she does.
Let's go.
And she's basically like, Johnny and I have tea for you. I know this man very well. We are best friends. We've been competing together for a long time, and I can vouch for Johnny, and I promise that he's a faithful. And Maura's like, but how can you do that? How can you promise? Like, what do you mean you promise he's a faithful? And I was like, Tara, I thought
Tara.
we were gonna come in and fuck some shit up. What are you saying?
I know, right? I'm like, oh no.
Oh, she's so cute. She's trying. She's
She's like,
trying.
well, I just know.
Yeah, she's like, I mean, I'm just saying. And then Johnny's like, okay, well, listen. He helps her out. He's like, we have worked together. We've relied on each other. She would know if I was a traitor. I would know if she was a traitor. And Mark is like, I've done careers. I'm in a career where I work with partners, but I wouldn't just blindly follow them. And they're like, not us. We would blindly follow
I
each
would
other because we know
blindly
each other.
follow you. Yes. I'm like, and period.
And period. Stand on it.
Hmm.
And so Kristen is like, and you both vouch for this? And they're like, yes. And Mark's like, well, then who's on your mind? And they give their reasons for Steven. And they say that Candice spoke to Steven. Like, I don't actually remember this. Do you?
They spoke before Rob pulled her for that chat.
Oh, they spoke privately in that room
Hmm.
during dinner. Yes.
Yeah.
Before that round table. Yes, that makes sense.
Hmm.
And they were like, "Oh, it looked like a traitor warning another traitor." And Steven is like, "Well, okay, but I think your argument is weak. I'm a faithful." And then they keep going. They both just kind of give their reasons for Steven. And then Kristen is like, "Well, I don't give a fuck about that because I think it's Tara." And she's like, Tara, I think you're a traitor. And now your proximity to Johnny makes me think Johnny is a traitor as well. I'm suspicious of you both now. And then Mark brings up Candice saying that Johnny should go to the art museum because the people who went to the museum were safe or were eligible to get a shield for that one challenge. And Mark is like, so Johnny, you need to like prove to us somehow that you're faithful. And Johnny's like, literally how?
I was like,
Like,
Mark, shut the fuck up. Who are you? You prove to me why you're faithful,
right. I
bitch.
was like, we're at this again. You know, people can't do that. And Johnny's like, look, I haven't actually, I'm not gonna like sit here and just say I'm a faithful. But what I do is I'm being myself. I'm being my true, authentic self, and like I'm putting myself out there. And my default is to be kind. And sometimes being kind comes back to bite me, but that's who I am as a person. I'm bringing my authentic self, and that's my proof. Which he's
Period.
alluding to how he was close to Candice and it fucked him over, kind of.
Hmm.
Um, and then Mark was like, well, when we were playing the game, you two, Dumb and Dumber, decided to not go along. We all said we would just pick Tara, but you didn't pick Tara. And I was like, yeah, I'm curious about this as well. But Johnny's just like, we were just playing the game. Honestly, that doesn't make us traitors. And I was like, period. That was actually a good defense.
What didn't he say something like, I like just because I'm bad at a game doesn't mean I'm a traitor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you know
Yes.
what? Period.
Yeah.
I've said period like 18 times this episode. I'm so sorry, listeners. I'm just like, period, 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 slay, period, yes, period, period.
Natalie brings up her suspicion on Steven because Lisa gave him gold. And then this
Well, I
morning
think you're a traitor.
yeah, whenever you do that, that convinces me the most. And someone says you're a
Yeah.
traitor and you just say they are, that's when I'm like,
Mm.
this person is the real deal. Um, and then she said that this morning all his theatrics about packing his bag made her suspicious too. And Steven's like, look, I'm not suspecting it. And he thinks Natalie's a traitor now. And that's the end, essentially, of the round table.
Hmm.
So I was under the impression that I feel like Johnny handled himself very well.
Hmm.
They didn't show Tara speaking anymore. I don't know if she just took a back seat. It's probably for the best if she did, because what she started with was a little rough. But I felt like Johnny defended himself really well.
I agree. I wasn't sure where it was gonna go. It seemed like Johnny or Steven though, for sure.
Hmm.
I know some people were saying, like, I saw like Bob the drag queen on the podcast with the Boston Rob was like, there's a consensus that it was a bad idea for Johnny and Tara to reveal their best friends because now it shows they were lying and no one can trust them. But my thing's this, their names were out there anyways.
Yeah, and you literally saw them walking arm in arm together. You knew they were friends. It
Yeah,
wasn't a
like,
secret that they were, maybe it was a secret that they were that close,
mhm.
but who
It's just like
cares?
at this rate, like in this game, if your name's out there, like it's out there. It's
Yeah,
very rare that they won't circle back to you.
yeah.
So I agree with their whole like fuck it and just like we're just gonna say it all. Like and to
They had
me,
nothing to
they're
lose.
obviously faithfuls. Like if I was in the game, I'd
Yeah.
been like, well, they're obviously faithful. So like why would we get rid of them?
The odds of two people who are best friends both being traitors is just
Yeah.
two housewives from different franchises. That's one thing.
Hmm.
But like besties, be so
Right.
for real. There's no way.
I mean, I would maybe get rid of them if I thought they would hmm. I would maybe banish them for two reasons. One, because if they're so obviously faithfuls, they won't get murdered. So we
Mm-hmm.
should banish them if we don't want to win with them. And then also, if we
Mm,
think they'll always choose each other before you. So if you're worried they'll turn on you.
that's fair.
So for those reasons, sure.
Sure.
But not because they're traitors.
Yeah. And I don't think they banish for that. They don't think of it, unless it's like, okay, this person is detrimental to our game. We need to get them out. I
Yeah.
actually think every time they banish, they're really trying to get a traitor out.
Hmm.
Um, so it's time to vote. And Alan asks, should the dagger be used? Rob says nothing, but then Natalie is like, you should just tell everybody you have the dagger because, like, I don't even actually get her logic. She's just like, you should just say you have the dagger because, like, I'm the only one left who knows. And I was like, Steven knows.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
I
I
think
was
Mark
like,
does too.
right. Everyone knows because he
And
said
Eric.
it. Yeah.
There's like a couple more people. Natalie sucks. If I was Natalie's ally, I'd be so irritated. Like, bitch, would you be quiet?
I think she's thinking because she's up for murder. If Rob reveals it, the traitors won't kill her because they know she doesn't have the dagger. Like she doesn't have the advantage, so we can still keep her in the game. But what you don't realize,
Oh, she's the
Natalie,
only one on the short list who
yeah,
knows. Okay. Who was
but
able to get the dagger.
yes,
Okay.
but what she's not realizing is you're telling this to a traitor, so he doesn't give a fuck.
And I don't know. I don't actually. Maybe there were more conversations about the dagger, and people were like doing some digging on it,
Yeah,
but
they haven't shown many people talking about it really.
not at all, actually. So
I keep forgetting it's a thing.
literally until they vote.
Hmm.
So Steven, Johnny, and Tara end up getting votes. Kristen votes for Tara. Steven and Maura vote for Johnny. But Eric, Rob, Steven, or Steven can't vote for himself. Eric, Rob, Tara, Johnny, and Natalie, and Mark vote for Steven. And
Damn,
Steven is banished. I was very surprised. I thought it was going to be Johnny.
I did too. I was like, but Johnny did a good job defending himself,
He did. He did. I
so
don't blame him for that.
I was happy.
So it's like, bro, this sucks because literally not any of the traitors are suspected right now. None of them. Not
Right.
nary a one.
So with Steven's little speech, I was like, cute, but wrong.
Right.
Because you would have blew it too.
It's true. You weren't closer than any of these people. He gets in the circle of truth. He says, this has been an opportunity of a lifetime. I was excited to be here. They very eager to play, and maybe the eagerness got the best of me.
And did.
Um, I was like, did it? We barely saw you. He respects them all, but he's a faithful, and they blew it.
Mm. Bye. Bye,
Bye,
Steven. I know looks
Steven.
can be deceiving, but
They're all like, dang it. They look
anyways,
disappointed. Um, Natalie looked disappointed. Uh, Rob obviously looks disappointed. He's putting on a good face. They Alan says his thing. They kind of get up from the table, and Mark, Eric, and Rob are talking, and Eric was like, "We were on Johnny all day, and then like we switched." And Mark was like, "Yes, like I just felt pushed to go to Steven. We should have stuck to Johnny." So now they're like kind of having regrets. In the hallway, Natalie's waiting for them and she apologizes. And Rob's like, I mean, I don't know what you're saying sorry for. um, and in his confessional, Rob thinks that Tara and Johnny just look dumb because they look like they've been keeping secrets from everybody and they look untrustworthy now. So that's his take.
you know,
Um, so they're all kind of talking, and Mark, Eric, Maura, Kristen, and Natalie are in the kitchen. And Eric starts discussing how they jumped to Steven when they were originally on Johnny. And Maura's like, we keep doing that. Like, we need to stop. And Kristen's like, okay, well, I don't care. But Eric, excuse me, Eric, why didn't you have like a ton to say tonight? And Eric's like, and for some reason, almost everybody leaves the room.
I know,
And only
right?
Mark stays. So Maura left, Natalie left. And it's just now Mark talking to Eric and Kristen.
Yeah.
And Eric kind of stutters and he doesn't know what to say. And she's just like, look, like, if I'm being honest, like, that's really suspicious. And you need to speak up. Like, you need to talk. Like, you have to, like, you gotta talk. And, Eric is just like, I was wrong before. And so I was like trying to, like, I was a little hesitant and stuff. And Kristen's just like, bro, clock in. Like, we've got work to do. We're detectives on the job. Eric, why are you being weird? You look weird as fuck. And I was like, see, this is why I'm like, she just talks. Like, she says what she is on her mind very confidently, which is interesting because this morning she said she only speaks when she has something to say. So I guess, but like, if you're suspicious of him, why are you going at him like that? You know?
Yeah, because she says something like, "Oh, it feels like hiding when you don't say much."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wonder, and I'll add it to my Rob theory, if because they were talking about recruitments, they had caught three traitors, so they're probably thinking there's potentially two traitors.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she thinks Eric was recruited because
Yeah.
he's acting different. So she's like, bet I'll target you, but Robbie Bobby.
Keep
Mm,
me safe, please.
I see you. I'm not telling you, and I'm even telling you, I think it could be Eric.
I'll
I'm
get to that later.
trusting you. If I'm
Yeah.
murdered, it's Eric.
Yeah, because Rob comes back into the kitchen, or not back, but he comes in and so he hears like the tail end of this and Eric is just trying to like defend himself.
Poorly.
Yeah, and she doesn't tell anybody else, I don't think. Like that's the end of the evening conversations.
Yeah, she just reiterates, I think, to Mark and Rob in another room that she thinks it's Eric. And like, if she's murdered, it's Eric.
Yeah. And so I was like, it's a good thing she mentioned it to Mark because Mark would remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't just outright now murder Kristen. Or you
Yeah,
could
you
and just
could.
chance it. And because she's also on the short list, I'm like, girl, you're really vulnerable tonight. You're just gonna approach
She's
somebody
putting
like
it out
this.
there.
Because even to say to Tara's face, I think you're a traitor. It's like, you know, she's a traitor, right? Like,
If you
no
think it, why are you
swag.
being so bold?
Right. Because, you
I
know, she
wonder
has
if she
powers
still
that you
thinks
don't.
it. Because she seems kind of off of it now.
She does, because now she's over to Eric.
Yeah.
But she is very smart. Like she's very intuitive. She picked up on something super small that Eric was just speaking less tonight, maybe.
Yeah.
Rob and Eric go to the turret and start talking about the day. Eric is naturally exhausted. He's like, man, lying, cheating, and stealing all day is exhausting. Like, this is a lot. How
Rob's
do you
like,
do
not
it, Rob?
fry.
Rob's like, anyway, we have work to do. Who do you want to murder tonight? And they talk about the Kristen thing, and then they start kind of throwing out names, but that was essentially the end of it. And then there's a preview for next week, but we see almost no one. We just see like a clip of Rob sitting down,
Yeah.
and I think Eric, and there's like almost nothing
Yeah, they're doing
left.
it more where they're showing like the glamour shots of them and
Mm-hmm.
like not trying to reveal too much, which okay.
Yeah.
Um, I think who do we think they're gonna murder? I think maybe Natalie.
I think it's gonna be Natalie because Tara and Johnny already have suspicion.
Yeah,
Kristen
so gotta
mentioned,
keep them in.
yeah, and then Kristen mentioned Eric, so that puts Eric in a vulnerable position unless Rob doesn't give a fuck and somehow convinces Eric to get Kristen out.
Yeah.
Um, because Natalie is a good ally for Rob.
I think they'll do Natalie because Kristen said the thing about Eric. They could maybe get away with Kristen, but because Mark knows, and maybe Eric would think, um, I don't want it to look suspicious or like have that on me, so I don't want to murder her. And Rob probably wants to keep her because, oh, she thinks Eric as long as it's not me.
Yeah,
Like, let's do that. Um, and then yeah, you gotta keep Johnny and Tara
yeah.
and
People are
like save
suspicious of
them.
them.
They're suspicious. They showed they were untrustworthy. So then yeah, Natalie's kind of the only one because she's slightly suspicious, but no one's really voting for her anymore. She just seems more
Yeah.
like a selfish faithful than like a traitor.
She really is. She's like, I just don't want
So
to get banished. Like, just don't banish me. She just wants to be in the
yeah.
game as long as possible. But yeah, she's not really a helpful, faithful.
And I think, but I do wonder because it is an ally of Rob's.
Mhm.
Rob's been killing his allies lately, like with
Yeah.
Dorinda. Then if he does Natalie, could this come back to bite him, getting rid
Well,
of these close allies that trust him?
it could. Who's left? Marcus is ally.
Mark,
Kristen is his
Kristen,
Alan. Is his ally.
his Alan.
Is Alan.
um,
Johnny and Tara, maybe not.
maybe not.
Who's
Mora.
left?
He does still have
Mora's his
Mora.
ally.
And
And then
then
obviously Eric.
Eric. Yeah. It's just, but I just wonder because the thing that I think bit Candice was she got rid of her close allies
Hmm.
and had people that she still that liked her, but ultimately didn't have her back at the end. I wonder, aside from Mora, if the others, although like him and are working with him, if they would really have his back at the end if he had heat. I don't know for sure. And also, there's only so many people you can murder. But I just wonder if maybe getting rid of Natalie, although is maybe the best choice, might not be the best choice personally for Rob.
Yeah. It's yeah, definitely for Rob it's not. So, I'm curious. And
Yeah,
Kristen hit the paint hard, so
she
maybe
did.
they feel like they could convince Mark otherwise, or again, Rob doesn't care, it's not his name.
Right. He's like, anyways.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, that was it for the episode. Um, and that was our predictions.
Yeah.
And that's the end of this episode.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I think
This was a
so.
good episode. Definitely not as funny as the others, but
There was
still good.
something. It had some things cooking.
It's like
Um,
almost all, yeah. They just got rid of the most entertaining people. Now it's just really serious,
yeah,
which is
it's just
fine. It's fine.
yeah, it's fine too because it's almost over because we have this was 9, we're gonna have 10, and then 11's the finale,
Okay, so there's
and
two
then
more round tables.
yeah, 2 more roundtables, and then 12's the reunion. But we get the finale and the reunion on the same night.
Is there a round table the night of the final, or is there only one round table left?
So how many people are there? Let's see. So there's gonna be Rob and Eric, Mark, Mora. Those are the for sure because they're not up for murder, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then let's just say Johnny, Tara, Kristen. So that's 7. So then, and that's getting rid of Natalie. So then
Mm-hmm.
going into next episode, Natalie's murdered. Then they're going to banish someone. So that's going to be 6.
Mm-hmm.
So then they're going to murder someone. That'll be 5. And then I think they have one more round table to make it 4.
Oh, only 4 go to the end.
Yeah, they go to the fire.
Okay, okay.
So, yes,
Okay.
that should be how it goes.
That makes sense.
Um, Hopefully it picks up. I hope that my theory about Kristen is right, so
I
that Rob isn't
wonder.
obviously winning.
Yeah.
But if he does win, kudos.
Yeah. Because at the final fire pit thing, it doesn't matter. As long as one person is like, I'm not sure, they could
Mhm.
stop the process and then try to banish somebody right there.
Yeah,
So, who knows?
they can get it down to 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. But with that being said, I think that's it for today's episode.
It
Uh,
is.
Thank y'all so much for listening. Make sure to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. You can give us 5 stars. And if you leave us a review, we love to shout those out. On Spotify, you can also rate us 5 stars and you can leave comments. We got a few comments on the Summer House episode.
We did. I
So,
saw that. I was
yes, I
like, oh, this is so
responded.
fun.
And then YouTube been getting comments with the Summer House. I forgot a lot of people watch Summer House. You know what? I'll talk about this after. But, anyways, so yes, comment. But then also, speaking of the YouTube, if you want to see our beautiful faces instead of just listening to our beautiful voices, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Shade It All Podcast.
Yeah.
You could also follow us on TikTok. We post fun clips at the Shade of It All podcast. We have our Instagram that we'll probably be deleting soon when Maggie remembers the password at the Shade of It All pod. But in the meantime, you can still follow. And then we have our Patreon at the Shade of It All. For the
Gagged.
Patreon, it's only $3 a month, and we do weekly live watch parties. We've been doing Real Housewives of Potomac. This past week, we did Traitors on Thursday when it
That was
dropped.
fun.
But the reunion for Potomac is coming back. So we're going to do Potomac every Monday around 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I think Potomac and Traitors is going to end around the same time.
Okay. And then we'll
So
just be
then
on
we'll have
Summer
Summer
House.
House, which that will be fun to watch.
That would be fun to watch live.
So I love that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's at the Shade of It All. It's only $3 a month. With that being said, thank y'all so much, and we'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.